Darwin, not just welcome to flat Earth, welcome to geometry.
Yep. They have no clue. Highlander, do you understand what he's asking you for the past, 40 minutes? Let me break it down for you. He's asking, why did Al-Biruni use planar trigonometry to conclude a spherical radius? That's the question.
Huh?
Okay, let me try it again.
So you understand now, Al-Biruni's got to have a flat Earth underneath this mountain to get this triangle. He couldn't do it if it was curved, because he wouldn't have a flat baseline. Maybe interrupt the devastating fact that he couldn't do the measurement if it was curved, or maybe laugh in the face of the fact he can't do this unless it's flat. It's got to be he can't make a triangle unless it's flat. Do you understand that part? Geometrically illiterate globe believer. Yeah, I know. You don't like being told that there are no flat surfaces on a sphere, or that Al-Biruni's absolutely measuring a flat plane to get his height of the mountain. You don't like these things, sphere believer. You can't tolerate them. You give me your high-pitched squealing giggle when you hear them, don't you?
So funny, Nathan.
Show me the curve under it, then.
It's a diagram. It's not.
Sorry, so no curve underneath it, then. The explanation for why it hasn't got a curved Earth under his height measurement that absolutely requires it to be flat to get 90 to it. You're saying it's just a diagram. Therefore, oh, well, what use is it to show a curved Earth? Just show me the curve.
It's a diagram of a small...
So that's the same rebuttal. So just saying it's just a diagram isn't showing me the curve you claim. So we're going to concede no curve in the diagram. That's right, it's a diagram. Yeah, where's the curve in the diagram for your fundy sphere belief that it'd need under the mountain?
Al-Biruni never said the Earth was flat.
There it is in the diagram. You've got it now. It's on the diagram. Ground under mountain is flat. Fact must be to get 90. He's not only saying it, he's written it down and drawn it. In fact, the maths he's using requires it. You stupid idiot.
Yeah,
but that's where he needs a flat Earth, and you can't say that, so it's just a diagram. No, it's just a diagram showing the necessity Biruni had for a flat plane.
It does not say the whole Earth is flat.
Oh, so we're back to ignoring the fact that the triangulation of the stars would prove that, with the exact same method and 90 degrees to the ground? What's that got to do with the stars when I'm asking about Biruni? Well, that circle jerk do-si-do's done well the third time. Laugh it up, you've lost. So, Biruni's measuring a flat plane. Maybe fourth attempt, it's just a diagram. Maybe ask me how this relates to the entirety of Earth, when I've already done that with the stars on several occasions. So, in relation to this diagram, when you don't offer up some subterfuge about how this should somehow prove the whole Earth's flat, Al-Biruni's measuring Earth flat in this measurement of the mountain, Highlander. That's 17 times. It's a question you asked me, but you don't seem to want to acknowledge the answer, coward.
No, I acknowledged your answer. I asked a question, you said...
You acknowledge my answer, so do that now for me, nice and clear and concise for my audience. You appreciate to get 90, Al-Biruni measured this mountain on a flat plane then, Highlander. You understand that? That's 19 renditions.
No, what I said...
So, no, you just told me you did understand my answer, so you're not conceding, even though I've put it to you 19 times. It's on the diagram, it's in the trig. It must be flat for him to measure it. 20 times.
That's like me.
Stutter for me, bitch. That's right, it must be flat to get 90. Like you were asking about? That's right, Highlander. I just need you to say I understand that. Now you've asked about it and I've answered you 20 times, with lots of fundy muting in between. Yeah, laugh it up. You've lost. Al-Biruni needs a flat earth to measure the height of the mountain. You just need to, after 21 times of me answering that question you had about it, say, yeah, I understand Al-Biruni needs earth to be flat.
No, he doesn't, Nathan.
Yeah, it's on this diagram. The trig would dictate it. He couldn't measure this triangle with a curved adjacent. When I asked you where the curved adjacent is, you said it's just a diagram. Cat, got your tongue?
No.
Do you want to stutter your way around one of the rebuttals you've used already?
You got an alternative to present?
Where's the curved line under the mountain? There isn't one. It's flat, Highlander. It's 22 renditions. So you understand now Al-Biruni's got to have a flat earth underneath this mountain to get this triangle. He couldn't do it if it was curved, because he wouldn't have a flat baseline. Maybe interrupt the devastating fact that he couldn't do the measurement if it was curved. Or maybe laugh in the face of the fact he can't do this unless it's flat. It's got to be he can't make a triangle unless it's flat. Do you understand that part, geometrically illiterate globe believer?
Right, so if I was to do the same thing here outside my house, where I know my driveway is flat, I couldn't get a right angle, no?
Sorry, Al-Biruni, the question you had originally, regardless of what you're going to do on your fucktard driveway, is a flat plane required to do trig with triangles. That's what Al-Biruni's doing, and it's what you asked about. Now, in spite of 23 renditions of the answer that, yes, Al-Biruni absolutely, unequivocally must have a flat plane, because he couldn't do the trig if he didn't have one, it doesn't seem that you're going to concede that. You're just going to ask me about measuring your tarmac.
Earth to be flat.
Sorry, why are you chanting through me? Fundy muting the painful truth that Al-Biruni's got a flat plane? Why are you chanting through me?
Because you don't want to hear the answer, Nathan.
About you measuring your driveway? When Al-Biruni's got a measurement of a mountain that will derive R, a very fundamental premise of a sphere Earth. You think we should focus on your driveway, do you? No. Your original question was about something much more fundamental to Earth. That would be Al-Biruni's measurement of this height. Because when he gets that height, he's going to derive R from it with a tangent-based horizon. Now that, compared to your measurement of a driveway, is kind of insignificant, if you understand my meaning. Whereas you're asking about Al-Biruni and the flat plane he must have to get a 90-degree triangle to measure it with. You just haven't conceded it in spite of my 23 attempts to get you to recognise and understand that Al-Biruni must have a flat Earth to get this measurement. Do you understand that yet?
No,
or are you going to ask me about your tarmac now?
He does not have to have the whole Earth being...
Sorry, is it about the whole Earth when I've already explained that with the stars when you asked about it 3 times previous? So go on to suddenly Al-Biruni's measurement of the mountain won't have anything to do with the whole Earth. Yet, Will, I've just explained that about a minute ago. He's going to derive an R value for the whole Earth utilising this height measurement, which he must get from a flat plane, Highlander. So while you want to just ignore that this height measurement will go on to derive an entire Earth radius, that's exactly what it's going to be used for. So we're going to establish how he gets the height, because he's going to be measuring the whole Earth with it. You understand that now, Highlander? So let's not say this has nothing to do with the whole of Earth. When the height of the mountain is done on a flat plane, to go up it to measure a geometric horizon. So, absolutely to do with the whole of Earth, Highlander. Didn't you understand what he was doing here? Yeah. What he's doing is measuring the height of the mountain so he can go up it and look at the horizon from it. But when he did that, he needed a flat plane to do it. I think that's 26 times. So, do you understand to measure the height, he's going to need a flat plane to get the 90 for the triangle he does it with? Do you understand that now, Highlander? And when he does that to derive the R value for the whole of the Earth that you're now denying this has anything to do with, he did it with a flat baseline first. Do you understand that now, Highlander?
Can you run that by me one more time?
Sure. Al-Biruni measured a flat Earth to get the height of the mountain. After measuring a flat Earth, which he must have to get the height of the mountain, he goes up the height of the mountain to measure a dip to a presupposed geometric horizon. to give him a measurement for, quote, the whole of Earth. So when you tried to segue away from this being about the whole of Earth, I say, no, that's the purpose of him measuring the height. Off a flat plane, which you haven't conceded in 27 attempts.
I can't believe you said it again.
That's very high-pitched indeed. That's what you'll get. You'll go nuts. Yeah, 28 attempts of me pointing out that Al Bruni's measuring a flat Earth to get this triangle, and all I get is a high-pitched cackle.
Flat Earth, Nathan.
He needs a flat Earth to measure the height.
Measuring a flat Earth.
Yeah, he is. It's on this diagram, the one that you were sent that you were moaning about not having, even though it's your question. The height measurement came off a flat Earth fact. Geometric certitude, he has to have a flat Earth. He couldn't have a triangle without one. If it had a curved adjacent, he wouldn't be doing this triangulation. This trig, my bad. Hello?
You're dead, Highlander.
He couldn't be doing the trig if he didn't have a flat plane, Highlander. It's 28 attempts.
You hear that sound, Highlander? That is the sound of inevitability. You're a dumb fuck.
Right, for a 29th time.
What?
29th time. He couldn't measure this triangle to do the maths if it wasn't flat, Highlander. You're saying, no, he's not measuring off flat Earth. Ipso facto, he must.
He does not need the whole
Highlander.
Earth to be flat.
Highlander.
What a dumb fuck.
Doesn't need the whole Earth to be flat, so he just needs the
No,
ground
he does
beneath the
not.
mountain to be flat to go up it to derive a geometric horizon. How far away do you think the horizon is from the top of the mountain? Does it cover the base surface area of the mountain? Because when he goes up it and measures a geometric horizon, it's only at 1.2 times the square root of that height. He got off a flat plane. So he's only going to be measuring the horizon. It's not like he's looking 50,000 miles away from the top of the mountain. But apparently, the circumferential radial value around the mountain, which he's using to get the height, is easily within the distance of the horizon that he's going to measure to then claim the entire Earth with radius value, Highlander. Meanwhile, now I've dealt with that objection, which will undoubtedly be parroted again in about 3 minutes' time, he's still got to measure a flat plane to get the height in the first place, something you haven't conceded in 29 attempts.
I think he thinks it's locally flat.
Is it locally flat?
Nobody claims that the Earth is curved under the mountain, Arwen.
Yeah, he does. He goes up it and then measures a horizon.
Highlander, you're trying to say that he doesn't need the whole Earth to be flat to make this measurement. But why does he need this part where he's measuring to be flat?
Yeah, it's in the exact same parameters of the horizon he measures when he goes up it. So within this local area that he's measuring the height from the ground and then measuring the horizon from the mountain. These are all in the same fucking area, you stupid twat. So, dipshit, how is it that he can be measuring a flat plane first, and after 30 attempts, you won't even concede that he's measuring it off a flat plane?
I'd like to ask him a question, Nathan, if possible, considering he was originally looking to be asking me questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Highlander, as you're claiming a tangent plane to your sphere, could you please tell me the maximum size a tangent plane can be on your globe Earth?
The maximum size a tangent plane can be.
Yes.
But what are you measuring?
That's irrelevant. I asked you a question. What is the maximum size a tangent plane can be on your globe Earth?
Well, what are you...
Can I answer?
If you want, Kavi, yeah.
0.00 millimeters.
Correct. We covered it earlier with
Exactly.
John. You can't have a tangent. It's a curved surface. It doesn't have any flat surfaces on it at all. None.
So if the Earth was a globe, it wouldn't have any flat surfaces whatsoever.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Does that
None
come as a shock
whatsoever.
to you? Yeah, strangely enough, yeah, that's strangely one of the properties of a sphere, no flat surfaces. So, anyway,
wow.
so
What-
now that we've
What do
established
we
that there's
do
no
when we
flat
build houses then?
So now that we've established
we-
there's no flat surfaces, yeah, we'll get back to Al-Biruni's measuring of a flat plane to get the height of the mountain then, shall we? There's no flat surfaces at all on a sphere. Okay. So given that that's the case, this line underneath the mountain would be curved if Earth was curved. And yet Al-Biruni's measuring it flat, Highlander. Can you explain why that is?
Well, you said that there's no flat surfaces whatsoever on any spheres.
Yes, that's
That's
correct.
correct.
And can you explain, given that there's no flat surfaces on a sphere, why Al-Biruni must use a flat surface to get the height of the mountain? If there's no flat surfaces on a sphere, why would he do such a thing? Can you explain it to me, please, Highlander?
Well, you're the one that says there's no flat surfaces on a sphere.
Oh, so it's back to not just a fact
What?
in geometry. No. It's just something Nathan claims. No flat surfaces on a sphere. So let me get this straight. You want to argue that your sphere is using flat surfaces. Is that correct? You want to argue how there is flat surfaces on your sphere? You fucking retard.
Depends.
You arguing
Depends on your
disco ball
scale,
Earth?
Nathan.
Come again, Highlander?
They said it depends on the scale.
No, at any scale, there are no flat surfaces on a sphere. You are retarded.
It
All right,
depends
okay.
on the scale whether it has flat surfaces
So-
on a sphere. Are you for real?
Let me lay this out for you,
So if you-
Highlander. You are thick. At every scale, there are no flat surfaces on a sphere. Sorry, do you like a flat earther teaching you basic geometric principles?
there's-
Do you like this? Do you want to deny
There's-
that there could be flat surfaces on a spherical surface? Do you want to tell me that, you
There's
stupid
flat
shit?
areas on the planet, Nathan. We build houses on them.
That's fascinating.
Welcome to Flat Earth.
Yeah. You're going to need a flat plane for that. So when they measure those houses, how do they measure the elevation angle with a curved adjacent, Highlander? Do you want the question again? When they build the houses, how do they build them with an elevation angle taken from a curved adjacent?
Do they measure an elevation angle before putting
Absolutely.
the bricks together?
Yep.
They do.
Yep.
All right, okay. I don't. I've never built a house, Nathan.
So
I wouldn't
why
know
the
about building
fuck are you
houses.
talking about this, you stupid retard? You don't have the slightest clue what you're claiming, in other words. You
So how
don't
many
think
houses
you
have
need
you
to
built,
acquire a nice flat area first. You don't think that's necessary. You think your house is built on a little teeter-tottering curved surface, do you? You fucking retard. So, when I ask you,
Actually,
given
my
that, yeah, they're going to be establishing a flat plane to build on. Absolutely, they use things
Yeah,
like levels.
my house is.
Yeah, I know that you're a fuckwit. And the guy who just said, I don't really know why I'm asking this question, is going to interrupt every fucking word I say. Yeah, I know. You don't like being told that there are no flat surfaces on a sphere, or that Al-Biruni's absolutely measuring a flat plane to get his height of the mountain. You don't like these things, Sphere Believer. You can't tolerate them. You give me a high-pitched squealing giggle when you hear them, don't you?
So funny, Nathan. Actually, my house is built on a.
So what
hill,
about this
and the
Al-Biruni
road-
mountain you came in about?
right?
Al-Biruni, flat plane underneath the mountain. You're going to explain that to us? I've asked you to
Hold
explain
on,
it.
You're jumping all over the place, Nathan.
Yeah, it's me all over the place, back on the same question he came in and asked us about. I'm really all over the place wanting to focus on that question you asked me about Al-Biruni and the flat plane under the mountain. My God, I'm all over the shop. No, I'm not. No, I'm absolutely on track about the flat plane underneath the mountain that Al Bruni measures. You're not explaining that, given there's no flat planes on a spherical surface. You haven't justified that. You haven't squared that circle, so to speak. Do you want to try, Highlander?
But yet they build houses on hills, yeah? But yet, according to you, the whole Earth has to be flat for them to build houses on them, yeah?
All or nothing fallacy.
Do they build
all or nothing
flat?
fallacy? New one on me, but very useful in this circumstance. So no, I'm asking about very specifically about the question he came in with originally about the measurement of the height of the mountain that Al Bruni performed with a flat plane beneath it, and he's going to chant through that when I summarise it. Because no, actually, we're talking about the process of building houses on hills. Because generally speaking, if you live on a hill, you're going to be sliding down the side of it when you're in on your floorboards. They don't build them flat, do they? This is all about how houses are built on curves. No, it was originally about this mountain.
Hang on. He denied that when I said that at the beginning. Now he brings it up.
But I'm trying to find out, is his house built, like, flat, or is it at an angle? Highlander? What's your floor like? Is it flat?
Yeah.
Are you always going uphill?
Yeah, flat and level. So this is a crap argument. They build houses on hills. Yeah, they build them flat. That's right. So this is a crap argument that definitely isn't proving sphericity. Okay, right, well, we can move past this house argument then, can't we? Given that they're building them flat, and in no way does this in any way suggest that any of the processes is getting them closer to sphericity. It's getting them closer to flatness to build the house. Wonderful example, welcome to Flat Earth. Meanwhile, you haven't explained about your question with Al Bruni and the line underneath the mountain that's giving him 90 degrees. That's a flat Earth he's using. Now, given spheres don't have those, do you want to explain why Al Bruni's measuring the mountain's height off a flat plane? Go.
No, Nathan, you're the one that said the Earth can't have flat surfaces if it's a sphere.
That's correct. Spheres don't have flat surfaces.
Welcome to Flat Earth.
Sorry.
Right, so why don't we measure the flatness of the Earth over land? Why do you always...
Why don't we measure the flatness of the Earth over the land? We do. Yeah? I gave you an example earlier with triangulation. Yeah, that's angle measurements. Measurements. Hello? That requires a flat plane also. I covered it 4 times.
And Arwen, not just welcome to Flat Earth. Welcome to geometry.
Yep. They have no clue. Highlander, do you understand what he's asking you for the past, 40 minutes? Let me break it down for you. He's asking, why did Al Bruni use planar trigonometry to conclude a spherical radius? That's the question.
Huh?
Okay, let me try it again. Why did Al Bruni use planar flat trigonometry to conclude a spherical radius?